Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Decks of the Weekend. This is the second weekend of the Lord of the Ring sets being on Magic Online, and the supply for the One Ring has been fixed, as in now the card is accessible. It's still like about 100 ticks each, but I would say that this weekend there are no card availability issues whether to select your competitive constructed deck, which is definitely something that the company that's taking care of the Magic Online client is being good at. Daybreak Games, and they're gonna have next weekend. Sorry, on Wednesday, I believe. There's gonna be all access. So that is you pay a fixed amount. I don't know how much that is, and they're gonna give you all the cards for 1 or 2 weeks, something like that, which is very cool. I'm sure you can read more on Twitter following Magic Online. But anyway, let's talk about the decks of the weekend, starting with for color control featuring the One Ring. We've talked about this card plenty. It's a legendary artifact, indestructible. You get a fog, draw 3 cards, and you can go off in various ways. But this is the safest way, and I think also the most successful one right now in Modern. You pair it with Omnath, Logos of Creation, to gain life, so that the One Ring won't kill you. If you watched my Sunday video when I was playing Blue Red against the One Ring, actually there was 2 or 3 games actually where my opponent died with One Ring on 3 counters because they couldn't handle it. Since Lead and Binding can only kill your opponent card, and sure, you can bounce it with Teferi or play a new one, but I guess I counter slash didn't have these, so they died. This version of 4-color Omnath is much different than the one that we used to see, as usually we see it with the Daylight Halfling, as well as, of course, the playset of Omnath and Brandon 6. This one's from McWin Sauce. He won on Sunday, and by the way, he was the first one that kind of like put the Halfling together with the One Ring. But anyway, and he decided to go for this more controlled route with Counterspell and Force, I guess edging for that a mirror match of a 4-color Omnath. Also in the finals, he played against the Breach combo deck, which supposed to be a pretty bad matchup, but I guess the counterspell saved him big time, even the dress down, etc. Supreme Verdict here too. I could see this deck being a route to go rather than the classic fair one that kind of like loses to combo decks like Tron, Valakut, Breach, for example, are definitely very good ways to beat the other Omnath deck, the one that I released the video, the 5 video on, I believe it was Friday, but anyway, you can definitely find it there. Also, he has Minamo, which is not a card I would have expect to see in this deck, but of course, it goes off very well with the One Ring. For example, if you have the ring on 3 counters, and you're looking desperately to find an answer because you're dying to your own ring, well, Minamo lets you draw 4 cards for just 2 mana, and then you probably be able to find either a Teferi or a One Ring, or even the ending. The ending can also kill your own thing. And he's playing Chalice. Well, like just in the same way the Blue Eye Control plays Chalice, also this one plays Chalice, and yeah, the Cascade decks are down though. Despite I ended the June month with living at the first place, it has not. I mean, as it's supposed to be, right? It's like back in the days with Reg. Reg was very good one week, and then Cyber Hate will come up, and in that, yeah, similar to Dredge and Rhinos as well. The meta is definitely changing. If Rhinos and Creativity were on top of the chain just a few weeks ago, right now they are very rarely seen, and I'm struggling to find a deck to play this weekend at LMS Bologna, since I want to play Murktide or Murktide-less, the version with the Breach, but you know, it's not easy. The format is hard to figure out, and even playing a deck like this, it's like it has bad matchups for sure. Maybe this version with Counterspell and things like that can be a little bit fixed, but at the same time, you have like, you know, you're still a deck that probably struggles against Blood Moon, so maybe Murktide with Blood Moon main. You probably struggle just against Burn, but I guess there are definitely ways to build this Omnath ring deck, and this is another very interesting one, and one to definitely think about. Also, you have Kahira, which, you know, having the companion that you can pitch to Saj is very nice. It's not yours, you can't pitch it to force, but this is a very interesting deck, and if you like to play blue-white control, maybe. Because I've seen people play blue-white control, raining blue-white control, but I think there you don't have Omnat to gain life. You only have Teferi to bounce, which is less good, of course. Overall, good deck. The ring is gonna be very impactful in modern, and I expect to see. I mean, in paper events, it's gonna be harder because this card is like €100 each, not €100, but like €80 each in paper as well, maybe 75. So card ability will definitely be a thing. This weekend there was two showcase, Legacy and Pauper. So let's go over those. Starting with Legacy, we have this deck, this crazy deck, did well. So this deck is playing a couple of new cards. Let's check them out. All right, actually, other than that, this deck is an 80 card deck. We've seen your deck doing well, but this one makes it so crazy to me. This deck went undefeated in the Swiss. It went 9-0 in the Swiss. It's a Dead Shadow Yorion. Nobody has seen this before. I don't think I've ever seen Dead Shadow Yorion before. And he's playing also the Troll, the 6/5 with Swamp Walk that you can reanimate on turn 1 or turn 2. Sorry, you have Soren's Ransom. This is an instant that like has more factor fiction. Interesting card. You can give it a read, and then you play the Palatiro Orthonac, which I've never seen constructed. I guess with Mishra's Workshop, sure, but it does value incremental value, but it shouldn't really matter too much in the game of Legacy. But it's wild to me. I am baffled. I think that's the right word to say. First for orcs. This is a card it's kind of everywhere right now. You see in Grixis Delver as well. That's another deck with this card. You see it in my Suta Scam deck, which I haven't seen around yet, but I definitely think I want to play next time. 25 lands also. Are there not that many? Maybe you're supposed to play like 19 if you're 60 deck, so. But yeah, this next is wild. Fortunately, didn't win the whole thing. Reanimator won the whole thing. Good old Reanimator. Though does so well at this. It doesn't do so well, but it's there. Like it's just there. Let's go over to Pauper finally. The deck I want to show you is from Heisen. I've mentioned him very often whenever I talk about Pauper. If you don't know him yet, it's part of the Forma Panel. He has a YouTube channel in Italian. A very good player. Probably the best. I mean, not probably but like the best Pauper player in Italy for sure. Is he went undefeated on Sunday with this interesting take of Jeskai Ephemerate. So this is a deck dear to my heart. I top-aided one of the Pauper Gaddens in the past with Archaeomancer Ephemerate and Cleansing of Fire on your own bridge. And there's a couple of changes here. There's 4 copies of Cast to the Fire. One of the bad matchups of this deck was Affinity. Not saying that now it's fixed because you have 4 Cast to the Fire, but can get better. You can main deck such card and then you have extra Dust to Dust in the sideboard. We're playing with 2 Lorien Reveal. This is a new card. Draw 3 or Island Cycling. So you're playing with Molten Tributary, and Idyllic Beachfront. So these are the dual lands tap that you can get with Lorien Revealed. 1 Kenku Artificer. Very good against Boros. Boros is no ways to deal with the main deck, but always risky, right? Because if your land gets like Journey to Nowhere, you just you don't wanna see that going happening. Or both for Preordain. Yeah, I mean I remember when I top 8'd this event, it was just right after Neon Dynasty came out and everybody was playing a Boros synthesizer. And this deck was very good against that. So I could say that for a lot of people picking up Boros Synthesizer, then this deck could be a good answer to that. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. This weekend I'll be focusing on Modern because of the LMS Bologna. I really try to find a good list of just anything I want to play. So yeah, daily video about modern, and eventually I'll bring back Legacy and Pauper 2 on the channel. Stay tuned and subscribe, leave a comment, the usual to get engaged, and don't miss the next video. Goodbye.